Have you ever seen a car pull over by a vehicle with flashing lights and you thought to yourself, man, that's a strange looking police car? Well, I'm here to tell you that you just might be right about that. Stay with us and I'll share some simple information with you so you'll know if the car that's behind you is a real cop or a fake one. All right. Before I get started, I just wanted to take a second out and thank all of my new subscribers to the Cops Court and Coffee channel. And yes, we're almost there. A little ways to go, but we're trying to get to our first 100 subscribers. So if you're here for the first time, go ahead, subscribe now and do me a favor. Tell your friends and ask your friends to tell their friends and ask them to tell their friends. So let's get right into this. Now, some of you might be thinking or saying to yourself, man, Darnell, is this really a problem? Are there actually people out there pulling over other motorists and impersonating a cop? Yeah, the answer to that is yes. This guy, Scott Roberts of Glen Burn, Maine, was arrested in February for robbing a homeowner while posing as a SWAT team member along with two other men. These two, Patrick King and Juan Calderon, were driving around in a rental car and pulling people over for weeks in Fresno, California. And this genius, Scott Linton, he was arrested at his New Jersey home and charged with impersonating a police officer following a spree, get this, that lasted nearly a year. Now, all of these people were arrested for impersonating the police. All right, listen. These police impersonators out there are pulling over unsuspecting drivers all over the country. All right. They're driving police type vehicles that are equipped with lights and sirens. And they're a problem for unsuspecting drivers out there and could potentially cause you some type of harm. But how could you know, or how would you know, if a real cop is behind you or a fake one? Look at these two videos, and I want you guys to comment below and tell me which one you think is the real unmarked car and which one is the fake one. Unless the car behind you is a fully marked police car with letters and a roof rack, it might be hard for you to ensure that you're being stopped by a legitimate law enforcement officer. But there are some steps that can assist you. Now, police officers all over the country really despise impersonators because what they do is that they actually are jeopardizing the safety of the public. Now, myself, along with many other police officers, really encourage reasonable precautions to ensure that you are safe and you can follow these 3 easy steps. Now, the first step is to call 911. Call 911 if you're unsure if the vehicle that's behind you using those emergency lights and sirens is a legitimate police car. Now, you should call 911 with your cell phone in order to obtain proof. Now, this also functions to get your call on the record. All right, since all calls to 911 tend to be recorded. Now, most law enforcement agencies, if not all, really require their officers to communicate their traffic stops and their locations, which should help with the verification of the particular vehicle behind you. Your recorded call will also illustrate your own objective. You're calling to find out if this car behind you is legitimate. And it also alleviates any concerns that you are trying to elude the police officer. Take off. Now, the second thing for you to do is to use your hazard lights. Hit that button. Use your hazard lights once a vehicle gets behind you and attempts to pull you over. Turn on the hazard lights. Now, if it's a legitimate cop, it shows the officers that behind you that you recognize that you've noticed him or her and that you're not planning to speed off. Also, it's a good idea if it's nighttime, turn on that interior light. All right. Police officers in many cases are a little anxious when they're not able to see you well inside of the vehicle. So at nighttime, hit that little light inside. That way the cop knows that you're not trying to hide a gun, trying to get some type of weapon to hurt them. All right? Very important. Now, the third thing, very simple. Find a public location. Decide on a public location that you're going to drive to. And if it's at night, make sure it's a well-lit public area. Make it a gas station, shopping mall, convenience store, or some other crowded area. All right? That's usually a great option. Now, if it's a fake police officer, they're not going to want to follow you to this public area. All right? If you can, listen, very important. If you can, if it's safe, get a description of the vehicle, the make, the model, the license plate number, and then contact the real police and turn that information over to them. Because if it's a bad guy, at least we got some information to go on. There you have it. 3 simple, basic things that you can do to ensure your safety. Knowing basic safety tips, all right, can save you or your loved ones from a possible dangerous situation. As always, guys, thank you for watching. Please subscribe to the channel. All right. I really would appreciate a thumbs up. Giving me the thumbs up lets me know that we're doing the right thing for you guys out there. Because like I always say, no one cares like we do. Check back next week. All right. We're going to have an all new video. I'm going to see you guys in that video. Take a moment. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Instagram. Share this video.